So last time and also in the first lecture, we saw that when we were constructing the term document incidence matrix, we were ignoring the positions of the words in the documents, and we were also ignoring the counts of the terms in the documents. We were ignoring how many times each term is occurring in a document. We're just recording the presence or absence of a term. Now, there's something called the Boolean retrieval model, which is what we have looked at so far. The Boolean retrieval model it's the simplest retrieval model, and it turns out that this is not the retrieval model that is used by modern search engines like Google, although there are some similarities. And some of the ideas, the core ideas that we have learned so far equally apply to the other model, which we will come to later in this course. But what is this Boolean retrieval model? When we talk about Boolean retrieval, we have to look at um, the scenario as in two ways. Firstly, the query is a Boolean query, right? What that means is the query is constructed using terms which are which are then connected to one another using and, or, and not operators. This is not how how most people type queries into Google. Even though if you look at the advanced search of Google, there's an advanced search tab. If you just go to Google, if you do advanced search, Google does provide you the option of using Boolean operators. But actually, the kind of queries that modern search engines accept, they're called free text queries. Free text queries means that you just type in whatever sequence of words that comes to your mind intuitively. You're not consciously thinking of Boolean operators connecting those terms. In fact, as a rough estimate, you can say that when a user types in a set of terms in a Google search box, usually they're thinking of all the terms as being uh, preferred if not necessary. So you can think of all those terms as making up an AND query by default. But I mean, strictly speaking, Google doesn't treat it as an AND query. It treats it as a free text query. And we'll see how free text queries are handled by search engines. The reason we are starting from this Boolean retrieval model is because it's the simplest model to teach and to understand the core concepts. So if you learn the core concepts using this Boolean retrieval model, when we take up the more complicated model, which is called the ranked retrieval model using free text queries, uh, at least the core ideas will be clear to you so that we can build on them for that more complicated model. So the first thing that you have to remember about the Boolean retrieval model is that it it it, it employs queries. We are employing queries using these Boolean operators. The second thing you have to remember about the Boolean retrieval model is that each document is thought of as a set of terms. Okay, just think of the analogy of putting balls in an urn or in a bag, right? If you a collection of balls in a bag has no ordering to it, right? In the same way, when we create this term document incidence matrix or this inverted index, which we have seen, we are not we don't really keep track of which word appears in what position in the document. We've sort of lost track of the order of words in documents. We are just recording now which term is present in what document. That's it. So each document is viewed as a set of terms, and the query is basically a Boolean expression using query terms connected by and, or, and not operators. And the semantics of the results is precise. You exactly know why you've got a particular document in the result. It's because the document matched or satisfied the Boolean query. If it satisfies the Boolean query, it's going to be in the result. If it doesn't satisfy the Boolean query, it's not going to be in the result. There is no gradation. You don't say that this document matches this query better than this other document. Either a document matches the query or it doesn't match the query. That's not the way things are uh, uh, in the rank retrieval model, which employs free text queries. there you have the notion of a distance between a query and a document, and the documents that are returned at the top are the ones that are closer to the query in some way that we'll come to later on. But here there's no notion of ranking. In basically you uh, either a document matches the query or it doesn't match the query. Now, is there an example of a search that you may be using on a daily basis which employs the Boolean retrieval model? Can you think of an example where uh, you use an information retrieval system that employs this model?
So,
Some other
railway reservations or something.
railway reservations. Well, that's possible. That's possible. I don't know. I mean, I don't use. Uh, I don't use the system that you're talking about, so that's quite possible. There's an even more common system. How many of you have? How many of you use search on Gmail or Yahoo Mail or whatever um, mail address you use? Have you ever used the search feature in your? Yeah. So email search is a good example of the use of the Boolean retrieval model. So basically, if you search your email, the results that you get will not be ranked according to relevance as you get when you do a web search. They'll be ranked in decreasing order of. Basically, they'll be ranked in chronological order from most recent first to less recent. And depending on what other fields you explicitly specify in a mail, sometimes you can sort them by sender and those other things. But usually they are sorted by date by default. And if you open your the sequence of results that you get, you'll see that um, it's based on the appearance of those terms in your emails. It's not based on um, it's not based on this rank retrieval model. So email search is a popular example of a Boolean retrieval search. And in fact, the Boolean retrieval model was the primary way IR systems were built for 3 decades until the web came along. And it's still used by many professional searchers like lawyers, librarians, and so on. So digital libraries or library catalogs are another example where you can often find the Boolean retrieval model today. One thing I want to point out is that information retrieval systems come at different scales of operation. So when we think of information retrieval systems, of course, web search comes to our mind the most immediately. But there are also IR systems that are built on smaller scales. Web search is sort of the largest scale IR system that there is. But if you look at desktop search on the other extreme, so I hope you can see my screen here. So I have this Windows 7 machine, and let's say that in this search box I start typing the word ancient. Okay, you can see that as I'm typing this word, I'm immediately getting a set of results over here. And for example, this document is returned because it has ancient in the title, and I don't know why this document is returned. Let me just see. Okay, so this is a video lecture on ancient Greece. So you can see that ancient appears in the title. So that's why this was returned. Um, so this is an example of desktop search. The earlier versions of Windows, I'm not sure about Windows XP, but definitely I think Windows Vista onwards, um, the operating system itself provides you a system to search files. And again, it's done by building an inverted index and uh, taking your query and then searching that index. Whereas if you look at older versions of the operating systems, if you search for particular files, it's going to take a long time, just trying to search whatever files there are on your system, and then the results will gradually appear one by one um as you wait. Whereas here, the operating system would have already built this index, and it's just looking up the postings list for this particular term and immediately returning the documents in which this word appears. So this is the smallest scale IR system that you can think of, which is desktop search. The largest at the largest scale you have web search, but on an intermediate scale you have what is called as enterprise search, where you have a set of documents that are internal to a company and maybe even private to that company's intranet, and you provide a search system which searches documents within that corporate intranet. So you can build an inverted index for a corporation's own internal documents. Alternately, there's something called domain specific search, sometimes also called vertical search. A domain specific search or vertical search, which provides search over documents within a particular subject area. Like for example, there are some search engines which particularly deal with just health queries and health related documents. So one of the subsidiaries at Cosmix of Cosmix called righthealth.com is such a website which provides you search over health related documents. Likewise, there are popular databases like Medline and PubMed, where you can search for articles on biology or medicine related papers. So you can type in queries, and the documents that you get will be basically technical papers containing those terms. So that's enterprise search.